I would like to play a Florian. I don't know if a Florian would like to play into me. I would also like to go first. I'm gonna go Moon big package into them like this with the scours, and then I will drop the overflows. Oh, not the blue ones. We'll drop the red floods, drop the kindles, and we'll drop the yellow floods, and we'll go for like a stack package with the big moon. We'll try this one. They are on Tiara, so they're on stack like I thought. So we can go... I don't want to start with like 3 yellows, but we might have the lessons at some point to overcommit. Inferno, no, that'll be decent into next turn if I had any resources to play. Because they're on Arcane Barrier 3. It's not bad. I wanted to go first so they can't just start setting up rune chants. So depending on what they do, I would like to play a 1/4 and moon, and then Arsenal another 1/4. So we can... I would like not to have Floodgate blocked, as this is a key card. So if anything, I block this, and we'll start our stack with Floodgate blue. Granted, it is Sonic Lessons, which is not too bad of a start. Yeah, they are like a big package, so we're just looking for our scours and chip them down. So we do get a free Kano look, which I will use with the Floodgate. Or if they try and send Scepter, I will Arcane Barrier it, which they did not. Does that not have Gogan? It does have Gogan, but they want the cards that they have. Don't forget your Tunic resource. So again, we have a free Kano look, as I'm not going to send 2 1/4s in a turn. Can I play Flare in this? They will Arcane Barrier it. And I think 6 is just better than a 1-off Flare. Because I can still pay for Moon, which is 2 damage versus this miscellaneous 1. So matchups like this, you could, if it's more popular, I could see you bringing Red Flare back in for one of your 1/4s. Probably Inferno, as it is the worst one. Ooh, lots of reds there. I like to see that. So that means they're going to have a not great turn. And we are so another 1/4. So if we have a janky hand, we also have Waning Moon Tunic up on that turn. So there we go. We got our stack that I would like to keep track of is Flood Bubble. But realistically, it is Lessons, Sonic Lessons, Flood Puddle. I'm going to call it Puddle over Bubble. So if we are stacking, I would like to get this Wildfire out of hand, which I will pitch to the Aether Quickening. They get that information, which is unfortunate for us. But we'll also send a blue for a Blind Kano. So that way the Floodgate has 2 blues underneath it. And then we'll send the 1/4 and the Destructive Aether Tide to Waning Moon, and then Arsenal the Swirl Tiding. We're also, if we get a Scour off the top, wouldn't be too bad. We'll go like that. If we find a Scour, that'd be sick. If we don't find a Scour, that's unfortunate. Not unfortunate, but Hero Edict is also a good one to see early. Because then we can turn off Arcane Seeds. And they're probably reading this card and they've never seen it before. Like, who the hell plays Imperial Seed? So we also have the advantage of going off whenever we want now with that. But we will send the Aether Quickening. Ugh. Alright, just, yeah, the Aether Quickening and then Waning Moon as well. Just to chip them down. And next turn we have, as long as we have a blue available to us, we will have a 2/5 with off Tunic. And a blue, we can send Waning Moon and the Sweat Tidings. So all we have to do is keep a blue. Yep. I want to put past them if they're playing CYB as well. Okay. And now our stack is Sonic Boom Lessons, Floodgate, blue, blue, Wildfire blue. or if how I like to keep it, as at my keys, I have Sonic Lessons. At my shoes, I have Floodgate Blue. And then in my refrigerator, I have Wildfire Blue. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Lumen Doom, but more than likely it is just a one that gives you a rune chant after each turn, or just 3 off that, which is pretty good. We're going to pitch this Blazing. Let's see here. How do we want to go about this? Because since they're not really doing anything, our blocking isn't fantastic. So we will just over pitch here on sending the Swell Tiding. Then we have 2 floating, which we can just Kano and get a free look. I figured they would do that. So we are going to get a free look here. We get another Aether Quickening, which is fantastic. Because we can also Tunic into Moon. So we get a little bit more chunking damage here. It's going to be an interesting spot for this Will of Arcana that we'll have to keep track of because it is a brick. And then we will pitch here. Not pitch, but take our Tunic resource to Waning Moon. We saw that that is their second 9th blade. So until they shuffle, we only have to worry about 1 more, which is a decent chunk of damage because it is free once that pops. So in our fridge, we have Wildfire Blue. And then if we're going Wildfire, I would like to have Prognosticate after the Blazing so we can get rid of the Will of Arcana. So our fridge is full with Wildfire Blue, Blazing Blue. And then at the dinner table, we have Will of Arcana, and it looks like it's going to be Eye of Affinia. We'll probably do Floodgate Eye of Affinia. Because it looks like they are going to... I will be Arcane Barrier with the Eye. Because I want it out of my hand this turn. And then I can just account for that both my gems are together. Actually, I can make it so that I have not them together, but... So now at the dinner table, we have Will of Arcana, Wildfire, Floods. We have another little mini stack because of Tiara. So our fridge had a Wildfire. Now our table has this, and then the Eye will be underneath the Floodgate, and we can stick the Gaze underneath as well. We're going to play slowly, so the potion will not be played this turn. We're going to be playing from Arsenal, as it is more optimal that way. We will be playing a 1 for 4, pitching the Gaze the Ages. And we'll Waning Moon, and we'll Arsenal this Potion of Deja Vu. Okay, we dealt 1 damage, and we're going to Moon here. So again, our stack is at my keys. I have Sonic Lessons, and at my shoes, I have, I already forgot. I know it's 3 cards, but in our fridge, we have Wildfire Blue. This is the problem with commentating. Wildfire Blue. Wildfire Blue. Yeah. And a dinner table. A Wildfire Blue Will. And then a Wildfire Blazing Blue Will. And our dinner table is Wildfire Floodgate Eye. Alright. And then we will be pitching these cards. Wildfire Blue, Blazing Blue. Yes, and the blue is the, I believe, the Will of Arcana. And we'll pitch these here. And we'll play this potion. And then we'll Arsenal that potion. So, yeah. Wildfire Blue, Blazing Blue. And now at our couch, we have Blazing Lessons. So we have a few tiny stacks that we're going through. And we are chunking them down, but they do also have 11 rune chants. So we need to start moving a little bit faster. Yeah, Will is first at the dinner table, correct, yeah. Usually, I don't have to commentate and remember these things, so it makes it a little bit difficult. So we're going to go a little bit faster here and start churning through cards that don't matter anymore. Gaze the Ages is fantastic. We get to churn through that. do want that energy potion. We'll play this. The reason I want to pick it up a little bit is that we can get through our stack, because my stack is 3, 6, fridge is 4, 3, 6, 10, 11. And at the couch, we're going to have those extra 2 cards that I put at the bottom. So our stack is roughly 10. 10 is at the fridge. 3, 6, 10, 13. We're at 16 cards in the stack. So right now we can just full block and try and get our cards back. I do groups of 3. The fridge I'll do 4 because I like to keep my fridge full. Depending on the matchup, I might have to do 4. But I have a layout. It's I live in an apartment, as you can see in the camera angle. So I come in through the door, I drop my keys off, take my shoes off, I go to the fridge because I'm hungry, I sit down and eat, then I sit on the couch to watch shows. I have an additional couch after the TV, so it's keys, shoes, fridge, table, couch, TV, couch, bathroom, sleep. And that should be if it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27 cards if I do groups of 3. That's unfortunate that a potion is going to the bottom. And I don't really care at this point. Not arcane barrier 3. We'll do 3. Because we still have another potion here. And then we'll do 1. And then we'll arsenal the swell tidings. Or we'll block. This is also their first big rune chance. I'm glad those are out of the way. We also have 3 scours we haven't seen. So we can keep that in mind in regards to our stack. But our stack is currently roughly 16 cards. We'll skip the rest. So we'll take 4 rune chance. And they have to click OK on all of that. Take that. Because like I said, we're doing good on life. This is also going to only come in for 2. And they do decompose. Just barely. They just barely can. I'm not going to block. Because I'm going to just play potion. Arsenal is swell tiding and we're cooking. For me, it makes a slight difference because I have to remember more cards and more groups. Whereas if I'm doing groups of 3, I know I have 20 something, like I said, off the stack. Where if I do 4, that's a little bit more. The stack's a lot easier to remember without commentating. But I know we have 3 yellows and there are 2 sonic booms into a lessons, and then like we said, we had wildfire, wildfire blue, blazing blue is our fridge. So we have some stuff to get through to get to our actual wildfire, but it's good to know what you're starting with. And then we will arsenal. Hopefully I honestly don't care if they get rid of that. Okay, there's a scour, so we could, if they're doing a bunch of rune chants, which they currently aren't. On the game overall, no, it is just more of yourself. How many can you do yourself? I prefer 3 as it's easier. Fridge and table I can do 4 because I like to keep my fridge full and I can eat. So in my head, it makes sense to have that. I used to have a large appetite, not so much as now. I wish this was a 0 cost so I could scour it. Ooh, okay, so they had a bunch of reds. So I'm going to just turbocharge through some of this. Not through it. I lied. I would like to just Kano twice to get off the top, but I also don't mind chipping. Ooh, I like to undo that actually. Because I have enough blues to not have to do that. So after a certain point where I've seen enough stacked cards, I don't need to remember anything more. Like I said, our stack is essentially 16. It's a little bit higher now. Because there's more cards I'm pitching that I don't need to pitch, but they're not attacking me, so I can't block. But when you're initially stacking, you want to be trying a little reluctant to put certain cards into your deck because it will just fluff them out. We've seen 1 lessons. I will cast it. I will not shuffle. For the love of God, do not shuffle a stack that is good. If your stack is ass, like you don't have multipliers, if I remember, if we go watch We Make Best or the Pitch Stack Guide, you need 2 multipliers, so wildfire or a flare, which we're not running red flares, so we need 2 wildfires. We have 2 mini stacks, of wildfires, and you need a finisher like blazing for sure. I will not be winning mooning here because I need to hold on to that scour in case they get more rune chance. They'll be getting 2 here. But I wanted to churn through some more cards. So there is our third wildfire. So we could also arsenal that. And that is our second scour. Or third scour because I pitched one. I don't remember. I think that's our second scour. Either way, how many rune chants do they have? 6. That is a good amount worth scouring. So we have 3, 6. I don't want to hold on to this wildfire. Not a bad one to hold on to. So that way we have it. But we also have Edict for Seeds. I have not been tracking if they're IPing Arsenal and Hand, which I should start doing now for Arcane, for Seeds of Tomorrow. But for now, we will scour for, we need, these are 1 cost, which is unfortunate. Scour for, I can scour for 6, pitching a scour. Or I can scour 3, 4, 5 without, and keep a second scour. And scour for 5, keeping a scour. Let's do that. So 3, 4, 5. We'll scour for 5. Keep the rune chance down for Tiara. We do want to do a double wildfire if we can for Tiara. So it wasn't that bad to hold on to it, because that was our last wildfire. There's a Seeds of Tomorrow. Okay, we still get rid of the rune chance, which is big. But they do block a lot of the damage. Because for now, they're probably holding on to these rune chants for Tiara. Because they're also on Arcane Barrier 3, Spell Void Infinite, essentially. And we got rid of a Shelter. That's big, so I think they have another Seeds in hand, potentially, as one of their blues. We get a potion. We are cruising. We're still due for 2 energy potions, so we know our stack isn't quite there yet. 1 potion is at the bottom of our deck as a brick, because it got put down there, so we got to keep that in mind. We only have 1 more energy potion, but we're still light on our deja vus, so we're still got a decent chunk of the way to go to get our things. I'm gonna IP this scour for a little bit, but can I want the swell tiding out of my arsenal, and I want to just chunk them down a little bit more. We're going to do that. We'll see what they pitch, because if they, okay, they're just making rune chants. I'm going to place the scour in my arsenal, so that way I don't have to worry about holding on to it. Oh, no, because Plow Under. Do they have enough earth cards? Yeah, that's the first part I always remember, is the first 4 cards if I can, for 100% sure, so you know. I like to have an indicator, a card that's like really important for like a lessons or something that's easy to remember. Like if you have a gem that you can pitch versus saying 4 blues, you might not remember those 4 blues. But for me, my stack is Sonic Boom, Lessons into those, into the Blazing, I believe it was, or Wildfire or something. But that's what the Clarity Potions are also for, is to help out with that. So next turn, we will scour 100%. Hopefully we get a bunch of blues that aren't potions, because these are all going to tick down. And we will get rid of the Inferno for now, because like I said, I want both the potion and the scour. And we are chunking them. Tiara is going to mean less and less as they get closer to sub 20. Especially if we can get rid of these rune chants. Okay, so we got double potion, which is unfortunate. And I would rather have the... It's hard to tell whether I want... I'm going to need the energy potion, but I need to also scour, because we're at 10 rune chants here, which we don't want them to have. Oh, you're out of water? Okay, 1 second. I gotta get water for myself and my child, and just say, okay. We'll go to my turn. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Internet screen. Got my water, don't forget to hydrate, people. Alright, that's our third sonic boom, which is big. So that means any other sonic boom we see, that is our stack. That's why I say buy a key card. So that way when you see, okay, cool, that's my third copy. Once you see the fourth copy, you're at stack. So I really would love to Tunic trigger. I'll say thinking, bear with me. And we're gonna play Scour. Now we're just gonna figure out how much we can pay. I would love to have this energy potion. So clear, so 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do 6. Technically we could do more, but I want the potions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The best I can do is 6 right now because I want that energy potion. Clarity, sorry, but you gotta go. Right, 1 clarity is sufficient. We still have 2 deja vus we're working through. It was unfortunate that our second blue we had in hand was for a potion that I need. Otherwise, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get plowed undered. There's our third Scour, which is 6. So whatever they're doing, we just take it. If it's dealing the damage with the rune chance, that's better for us. What are they going to send up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play potion, put quickening in arsenal, and then we can eat the not eat the rune chance, but arcane barrier. I'd rather block. It's the same, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we block that. We can skip the rune chance. We can block more damage this way. It's going to be blocking similar amounts of damage of where we block. They can't send anything of ours up, but they can return their own thing if they wanted to. To replay it and get more rune chance. Yeah, but they are decomposing, which is scary, but their hero ability is not online yet. So we're going to play potion. We'll have our tunic up, and we will have Aether Quickening in arsenal for the next turn. And we'll also have Scour. So they are out of rune chance, which is huge at the moment. We aren't quite at stack. Like I said, we still have 2 deja vus we haven't seen yet. We'll play potion, and I'm going to keep IPing the Scour for a little longer. Just in case they create some more rune chance that I want to get rid of. Otherwise, we have a blue for when we hit our stack. Again, we still have some potions. There's a deja vu, which is good. That means we're getting closer. Okay, that plow under does not affect us, but does turn their hero ability online because they have 3 if they want to get rid of all 3. And we will just be blocking with 6 and playing the potion, arsenaling the Scour because we're going to need it now that they're actually online. And they decided to put their hero ability online. So we're going to Scour. Or not Scour. Block. Play the potion. Arsenal the Scour. And then we won't automatically do our combo once we see the Sonic Boom lessons. Because those are not very healthy resources. There's a bunch of yellows. We might actually just wait for the arsenal one of those wildfires that we have. There's our second deja vu, and there's a bunch of blues. So we're getting really close. So I've lost track after our 13, but we have been putting a bunch of decent other cards underneath. My hope is that they make a bunch of rune chance. I can scour them. For a bunch, filling in the tree, we will put Aether Arc at the bottom because we're just going to play potion and block with the other 2. Or we can just block 9 and play potion and take no damage. And that is essentially all of our potions because the other 2 are underneath. Now we are just waiting to get to our combo. Buddy, did you poo-poo pants? Smells like somebody went to the bathroom. All right, so this is a good one. All right, so we are at stack. We have Sonic Boom Lessons. I don't remember what the top card of At Our Shoes were. I'm pretty sure it was like a Wildfire something. What is the general idea with the stack? Burn through it in one combo or just several turns with good cards? So it also, Kano's, it's such an annoying thing trying to teach Kano, because the biggest thing you'll hear is it's circumstantial. Because it always is. So like our stack, we have, I believe it's a Wildfire next after this, and we have a Will of Arcana after a Prognosticate, and then we have a Floodgate and another gem. It all depends on where your cards are. If you can just churn through your combo, that is ideal. But we're gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna send anything here. I'm going to cast this Scour on my turn for all my resources but the Lessons. Or the Sonic Boom. Actually, I'll probably keep Sonic Boom. Because I want this top card. And oh, that's an action now. Oh, I get go again if I was Royal. So here, it's rough because I'm basically about to combo. I can't Edict. Since we're playing Edict, I'd love to say Seeds of Tomorrow. But I also would like to get rid of all these Rune Chants. Because like... So right now, first, we're gonna go get rid of these Rune Chants. For 5. And we're gonna go 2, 4. Like this. We need those 5 Rune Chants. And if next turn, okay, that just prevents damage. They do get 2 Rune Chants back, which is unfortunate for us. We're just trying to prevent the Spell Void as much as possible. Which sucks that they had that. So we get a little bit sneaker peek. It was more blues. Whew. Okay, so that's where we're at. It was Floodgate blue, and now we're at the Wildfire. Oh, was it Wildfire? It was either Blazing, Wildfire. We have 2 reds, a blue, and then Will of Arcana is at the table. So next turn, I'm just gonna take this damage. Ooh, no, because then they get a bunch of Rune Chants. Ooh, they can't play Seeds. So we can just go Kano here. And we get to see what our top card is. So now we can combo, since they cannot Seeds, which is Wildfire. And they have 0 floating, so they only have Spell Void of their Rune Chants, which I can't see at the moment, which I think is 2. So we will count our resources. We have to tell them we're thinking. Because I think it was another thinking, bear with me. If we go, it was Wildfire, Blazing. We had 4 cards. I might have to just Clarity Potion, because I remember most of my stack after this Wildfire. It's Fridge now, so you have Wildfire blue. It was a blue, so we might want to move the blue, because we do have a Sonic Boom that we can hit it with, because we can Rags it. So we can go, thank you for that. Because we also want this Floodgate, which is not bad to have, to draw these 2 blues again. So we can go Kano here. And then we can go Kano again. No, we need resources. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Do they have an instant that they can play? They have none floating, so if anything, it'd be Oasis Respite. And then, we can go Rags, so that we're getting the blue here. After we cast a Wildfire, buffing it. So that's as big as our Wildfire is going to get, because we're not running Kindle. We would like to pay the 1. Oh, they have Well Grounded and the Spell Void. Ooh, Well Grounded, that sucks. Ragamuffin, we might have to have something hit this here, because this prevents the next 2, and we're going for 5, and I wish this was movable so I could see how many Rune Chants they have, which I think is 2. So they have Spell Void 4, so we'd hit for 1, which is enough. But we can Kano again, hit this. Should be at least, yeah, there's at least 2. I'm I'm just going to ask him. Because... Okay, so it's 2, so they have... We would get through, but I'm going to let that resolve. And I'm going to Sonic Boom anyways to get past that prevention. Alright, when I get my priority back. I might have passed my priority on accident. Not that I can tell. Show arena. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, thank you. I forget about that. So we will Kano here just because I want to be greedy and get rid of that prevention. I want my wildfire to deal more. Sonic Boom, and then we know that's blazing underneath here, which is fantastic. And it was blue, which is prognosticate, which we need to get the Will of Arcana out of the way. And then we have floodgates if we need it. So this was a long one. This is one I definitely want to take notes of, and it will probably go up on my channel as a separate video. We'll just click F5 to load. In case it was us it was waiting on. Does not, has resolved the ability. The ability has resolved. We're just waiting for them to pass priority back. I don't know what instant they have. Instant destroy tower. Oh, they can give them spell void now. But that's the only instant they have going on for them that I am aware of. So we will pop a potion. Yeah, it's 2 rune chance, so they could give spell void to get rid of this damage, but I'm also going to make it for 4. So if they wanted to get rid of my Sonic Boom damage, they can. This is just to ensure Wildfire deals the most. Ooh. Should I though? Because I want the Floodgate. I need resources. Because underneath here is the Prognosticate. Which we can cast for free. We move the will, then we have Flood. How am I paying for Flood? Flood is here. Yeah, but I also still have to win. So we will hit this, and we'll pay the 1. Because this will hit the Prognosticate. We move the Will of Arcana. I don't have the floating resources to hit the Floodgate, but we also have Sonic Boom here in our arsenal to hit the Floodgate that is underneath the Will of Arcana. Which we will do after... Because this should hit Blazing, or whatever other card is underneath here, which I believe is Blazing. If not, it's the Prognosticate that we need. It is Blazing, and this Wildfire should hit. This should hit Prognosticate. Prognosticate allows us to get rid of the... that got rid of the well-grounded buff. Now they can give Tiara Spell Void for my Wildfire, which is coming in for 5. Tiara will break it by 2, meaning 3 for Wildfire, and all our surges will hit because they have none floating and Seeds is not available to be played. I completely forgot about this arena thing. This makes a huge difference. So Wildfire they let hit. Okay. For 5. So it doesn't matter if they crown anymore because the buff is by 5 and they can only spell void 2 of it. So we get to move the oh, we don't have the resources to yeah, we're short a resource. Yeah, I should not have whatchamacallit, Metacarpus the Sonic Boom, because now I can't hit Sonic Boom from Arsenal. Which is fine. We're dealing 6 here, and which will deal move to the bottom. But we still have enough with Blazing with the 5 and that. But if I did not use my Metacarpus here, we would have dealt 1. Oh, that's crazy. That's a Sigil. It's dealing 16 though. So we'll say GG. So before I click on my deck, we're going to guess the rest of our stack up to our couch. Because right now we have Floodgate, Eye of Affinia, blue, and at the table we had another Wildfire XX, and then a bunch of blues after that. So let's look at the deck. No, there was another Wildfire, so I was already off. So we had another Wildfire at the top, which would have been enough to kill after Floodgate. Because if we didn't use that resource on our Sonic Boom, you'd hit Boots, and we have 2 from here. Hit Sonic Boom, we would have hit the Wildfire, which I thought was a Floodgate. We would have drawn 2 blues and then hit Blazing. But another Wildfire would have been great either way. We had double Wildfire set up. Even if that didn't kill them, that Sigil we wouldn't have died either. We would have taken 3, which would suck because it would put them at 5 rune chance. And we would have to get over that. And they would have had 1, 2, 3, 4. An okay turn. I don't know if they would have they probably would have played Dreadwood Dirge and we would have to respawn there. They would have more Arcane Barrier. But yeah, that was a good one. That's how you use that. Imperial Edict is just for seeds. Like if you get the chance, you name Seeds of Tomorrow. But we go here. And again, always take notes on your results. That's what we're looking for. So we do this one. We go to results. We go here. You see your individual results and we take notes. Saw they had Scepter, and Crown. So went for stack ASAP. IP'd Scour a few times to ensure we could remove rune chance. Oop. Did not need edict on stream. Stream about 1 hour. I don't remember how long that lasted. Am I still on it? No. So hour 30 was finish. Hour 30 finish. Since I streamed it, I would also like to find it in my stream. Thank you for coming. I assume have fun on grinding. I assume that means you're leaving. Thanks for watching the Guild-Free play. And I was finish. I spelled Scepter wrong as well. IP Scour a few times to ensure we could remove rune chance. Did not need edict on stream. About 1 hour finish update. Okay, all right. Buddy, you need a butt?